Welcome, everybody, to the Tolkien Guide YouTube channel. We are here today to give you an introduction to a new guide that we're launching on the site. We will give you a little bit of background, and hopefully we'll have Parmastahir, Phil Goss, who will be joining us as soon as possible to talk about the history a little bit. But we're excited to get started. As you know, the Tolkien Guide site has a lot of information kind of scattered around in it. The forums, a little more than 2 years ago, we launched the Guide to Tolkien's Letters as a searchable database of basically every letter that we've been able to identify and where it is and what it contains, etc. And there's a large community out there of other sites and other collectors and other researchers, etc. One of which, kind of important for today's conversation, was TolkienCalendars.com, which was started by Phil as his own personal passion project for his collecting of Tolkien-related calendars. I want to say about 15 years ago. I don't remember the exact year that it launched, but it's been around for a while.
Long? It has been around for a long time.
It's been around for a long time. And
like
he has on that site, which is still up, he has, I think, a little over 400 calendars from his personal collection. So everything on that site is in his personal collection.
It's probably the largest Tolkien calendars collection in the world, I would guess. Or close to it. That's a lot of calendars.
I have no doubt. I have no doubt whatsoever. But yeah, the site stopped updating in 2016, I think. It was handwritten in HTML. It was hand updated, and the hosting provider was a little difficult to work with, etc. And I'm friends with Phil. I've been working with him for probably over 10 years, just as friends and mutual assistance on collecting and talking in the background, etc. And I've always wanted to help him out just to keep his passion going. About 6 months ago, I took over hosting his website for him. So it's on the same server infrastructure that Tolkien Guide is, but it's still his site, and we were able to make some small updates to it. But in the process of doing that, I showed him the new guide infrastructure that we built out on our website, which allows for people to create entries, add images, add references and tags and crosslink, etc. And he gave the green light to port all of his calendar data, which was on TolkienCalendars.com, into Tolkien Guide, which has this new guide structure that we're going to show you today. And so we've spent a few months working on that, and he's very excited about the new capabilities here. He's able to add calendars and adjust information and tag which artists are in it, etc., without writing any HTML, right? It's just a very easy browser interface for him to be able to update his collection. But it's also meant to be a community effort. So I've started adding calendars that I own that he does not. We have plans to add in the movie calendars, which he had no interest in collecting. So even when his site was live through the 2000s, he was not documenting the Peter Jackson movie calendars, etc.
There's a lot of Peter Jackson movie calendars.
There's a lot. I think
there's different variations.
I think I have, there's a little guide page on Tolkien Guide from 2006 or 2007, which has, I think, 150 movie related, just the titles and years.
One of the things about the Peter Jackson calendars is I find that they're kind of hard to pick out the difference because they all kind of look the same. Like they all have movie stills, so they all kind of look the same.
Yep.
There's probably about 100 Legolas calendars. So anything else.
The movie calendars are of interest. We will figure that out over time.
Mm-hmm.
The goal of
so basically, we are looking for anyone who actually collects those.
I think we're going to need some. we're gonna need some help with that. Yeah, we'll need some crowdsourcing for that.
Absolutely, and that's part of the community effort that that we're hoping to get here. I do see that Phil here has joined us. Let's there we go. Awesome to see you. How you doing? We're unable to hear you, so let's see if we can.
So you got to turn your microphone on.
You're muted, Phil.
See if you can play with your microphone settings there.
Nice view of Phil's ceiling.
We'll get you on there. It's great to have you with us. I haven't launched the site yet. We're still just kind of giving a background on our side of the history of seeing you. Let's give it a test. Can you say something?
No, we can't hear you still.
Still not picking you up. Let's see.
Try it again. Test. No, still can't hear you.
Make sure you've got the right audio microphone selected. You haven't got the wrong one.
Yeah, down near the microphone button, there should be a little arrow that lets you choose which microphone.
If y'all will bear with us, we do have some calendars to show you.
That's right. That's right.
Well, we'll just carry on while Phil sorts out so we can hear him. Basically, we've spent a lot of time on this, and I think we're all very pleased to be able to add another guide to the Tolkien Guide.
And it's very thorough. The calendar guide is there's going to be a lot of calendars in there that you have probably never heard of or never seen before, or at least not in detail. You may have seen the cover, but you've never seen it in detail.
We can't hear you still, Phil. Disconnect and reconnect again.
That's a good suggestion. Yeah, there should be a microphone test when you're reconnecting.
Did he say he was on his phone? Is that what he said?
Yeah, he's on his phone.
Yeah, which is fine. That should work fine.
Yeah,
it should work.
Get him reset. So let me.
Well,
it's true. A wizard is never late. I've seen that movie.
Somewhere out there. I am going to.
Jeremy, do you want to put up maybe show a couple of bits of the guide, maybe?
So I've just made it publicly accessible, so
awesome.
It should be viewable to everyone now. If you go on TolkienGuide.com, there is the guides up here.
It's very clean.
Under the collect, you can see we've now added calendars to it. And then over on the left side over here, if you're on a desktop, it doesn't show up on the phone interfaces, but you can get it to the collect side. But then in the guide to Tolkien calendars, you can see that we have 456 in here. And I'm going to just jump right in to
see, we have 456 calendars. I mean, that's like I said before, there's going to be some calendars in there that y'all have not seen, or at least seen in detail. There's going to be some that you've never heard of. There were some that I had never heard of.
Yeah. So it's not just the sort of like the HarperCollins one.
No, not just that. No.
It's a lot of different calendars
so we have the official calendars, which are licensed by the publisher, which would be HarperCollins, not necessarily published by HarperCollins, but they're
licensed.
They're licensed official. They're in different languages around the world, etc.
Ballantine too, right, Jeremy? Official calendars.
Yep, Ballantine falls in that category. There's Canadian and European, and I think I can hear you.
It's working now.
Yeah.
Hey, there he is.
Awesome. There you are.
There he is. Hey, Phil. How you doing?
I'm very well.
Nice. Good. All right. Sorry about the little technical issues there.
That wasn't your problem. I used the email that you sent to me, and it said join via Google app or whatever. So that was the first link I checked. and it sent me over there, and that thing was sitting there open, and it locked out my phones and my microphone, so I couldn't get on this one with the microphone.
Oh, okay.
I finally figured it out and closed it. And there we go.
Awesome.
Excellent.
Awesome. Glad
Yeah.
to have you
Anyway.
here. So yeah, we were just getting started. Why don't you take 30 seconds or so and just tell everyone who you are and how you got started on this.
All right. Well, Phil Goss, my Tolkien, how do you pronounce it? APES?
Yep.
It's Parmastahir. It's from the Quenya. There's no Quenya word for calendar. So I put together Parma and Asta in here, which is book and month and to find. It became Book of Months Finder or Calendar Collector.
Excellent.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
And when did you launch the Tolkien Calendars website? Back on Angel Fire? What
Wow.
time frame was that?
My son was going to school for computer science up at Clarkson. He was taking a course and needed to have a project to do a website. And I said, well, why don't you fix mine? Because I had the Angel Fire site, and it rapidly ran out of space because they only give you so many megabytes of space or whatever. And with all the photos on there, I was de-resolving the thumbnails to make them to fit, but rapidly ran out of space. So he and his advisor for the course put together the complete guide to Tolkien calendars, and that's how that got it. It migrated all the stuff from Angel Fire over to the complete guide.
Yeah,
He went to school. He was in school from 2004 to 2008. So I'm going to say he was somewhere prior to 2006. I started the Angel Fire site.
Yeah. So you're coming up on your 20th anniversary for that as well.
Yeah, that Angel Fire site is still out there. So
it's out there somewhere. Yeah. And TolkienCalendars.com is still out there too.
Yeah.
It's not, the plan for that is that we'll eventually get it all the old links will be directing into the new guide to Tolkien calendars here.
That's good.
And that's not set up yet, but the guide is live now. So for those of you who are watching with us, you're welcome to browse through it and have some fun and even fire off questions while we're here live chatting. But
if you're interested in any calendars, on there, you can ask about them. Yeah.
And so yeah, we were just going through the different types. I explained the official calendars, the other commercial calendars, which I'm not sure if those were licensed or not from the official publisher, but they are. There's 85 or so in there. The Tolkien groups, which is Tolkien societies, international Tolkien societies, Beyond Bree, etc., that are groups that have produced calendars. And then fan calendars, you'll see, is one of the smallest categories we have right now, just because it's so hard to know about them. And it's only by word of mouth that Phil and myself and other collectors become aware that some artist has just decided to make a calendar and sell a few copies on Etsy or Vistaprint or their own website, etc. And so I expect that we will discover a lot of fan calendars over the years. Now that the guide's public and people can let us know what they found, we can take suggestions to add into this guide. We'll probably evolve our own editorial philosophy on what calendars belong in this guide and what don't. I know, Phil, you're not a movie calendar collector, so we were talking about having a separate category for those so that people who are interested can see them. We're going to need collector help on that because of the four of us. I think I have one or two Peter Jackson movie calendars myself that I just randomly ended up with.
I think I have two. I think I have two as well. I couldn't tell you what year or anything like that.
Yeah, but they're a lot. I think at the time there was a collector who was helping feed me what they were aware of, and so I have a list of maybe 100, 150 or so movie calendars that came out in that time frame, but it's just a list of titles. I don't have pictures of them and who published them, etc. So we're gonna hopefully get that all added in over time as we come up with this. Good question from Andy Bird. Artist calendars,
Ooh.
which have
Hey,
a
Andy.
few Tolkien images. Good to hear from you, Andy. Glad
Yeah,
you're
hey,
able to
Andy.
catch us. Yes, we have. I think there's already some calendars
There
in
are.
here that just
There are
have
some,
one or
It's
two
one page.
Yeah.
One
Tolkien
image or
related.
two images.
Yes, few as one. Yeah. Yep.
And yeah, so we've got show off a little bit of the functionality in here. If we go to bring up like Spiros had, he's a fan calendar, so he was in the official Tolkien calendar for 2023. I think he was one of the artists they selected for there, which was when I became aware of his art. He's been self-publishing calendars, I think, since 2022 or 23. They're usually limited to 50 or 100 copies each. They're fantastic art. I love his art, and I have a couple of those myself. But what I wanted to show here is, as an artist, we can click on him. Eventually, we'll have the artist information in here with who they are, where their website is, how to contact them, maybe where their store is if you're looking to shop for those. And it'll identify, calendars that had his artwork in it. You can see it was the 2023 official calendar that had art from him and 6 or 7 other artists in there. So it's meant to be fully searchable database. You can see artists.
Yeah, as long as I've entered them or somebody has entered them in under artists in that section, they should find them.
Exactly. And you can see based on the publisher, all of the calendars that have come out from that particular publisher.
Look at all those awesome Beyond Brie calendars.
A little special place in my heart because I've been editing them since 2020. So the last 7 calendars were under my budding editorial skills, but they've been going since 1985, which is just a few years after the newsletter launch. I think the newsletter started in 81, so it's their 45th anniversary.
Some of those early Beyond Brie calendars are quite rare. I don't ever see those pop up.
There's less than 100 were published on those. And so let's come back to the calendar home. We're really excited to be able to bring this out for people to just become aware of the fantastic range of art that's been produced from Tolkien fans. I mean, other than illustrated books, there's book covers, right? So and that's usually limited, certainly in the England and the US. There's probably a list of 10 or 15 artists that have landed book cover deals for Tolkien books.
And then there's posters.
And there's a couple of posters, which again is probably 3 or 4 artists between Barbara Remington and Pauline Baines and a handful of other official ones. But then when you get to fan art, there calendars is one of the only ways to really see in good quality the art that's being made by Tolkien fans that are out there.
It tends to be better printed as well. When you're one of the problems that you have with some artwork is if you take some of the Barbara Christmas letters and HarperCollins publish it in a miniature edition, so the book is tiny, and then you've got a tiny little picture of that. Well, what you really want is a really big version of the illustration. And that's where calendars are fantastic, because they are large illustrations and they focus on what does the image look like.
And somebody like Tim Kirk, who Jeremy just had up, like Tim Kirk's one of my favorite Tolkien artists, and like those Tim Kirk calendars, those are really, really good for seeing his art in a large scale format, like Andrew was talking about.
Well, if you look at the very first calendar, the other thing I like about that one, go to the first one.
Oh man, I'm sorry. I'm drunk and walking through.
Jeremy, you're too fast for us. We can't talk this fast.
I was trying to
scroll down and show some of the pictures, because this one I love, because he could only work on what was in the book to do these. And even then, it wasn't that much of the book was around then for him to have a look at. There wasn't a lot.
Yeah.
So, and yet he's done these marvelous illustrations. It's really, very impressive. But the inspiration for that, and in fact, the inspiration is Tolkien's drawings as well. Because if you look at some of them, they are heavily based.
Yeah,
on
they're
Tolkien.
very. There's
Well, they
some
have to be.
similarities
Who
there,
else had illustrated Tolkien at that point? Hardly anyone.
Yeah, Pauline Baines. That was pretty much it.
Well, yeah, and Barbara Remington as
And
well.
Barbara, Barbara Remington.
But I mean,
that was about it, really.
You'll see, there's a lot of very well-known names up here as with calendar appearances for artists, but the list of artists is hundreds. For people who have only appeared, a small handful of times. Someone asked about with photos of Tolkien himself, and I want to say
the early Tolkien calendars, the George Allen and Unwin calendars have
that's
Tolkien
not
on
the
them.
full calendar. That's the advertisement for the calendar.
For
it's this one I wanted to come into and see. This one had
that's the first official Tolkien calendar. Is the
in the UK.
The UK one.
The 73 and the Valentine 73 came out before this one. And it also had
does it have Tolkien in it?
It has the December has this photo of Tolkien in it. So yes.
Some of the large format ones from the mid 90s have a picture of him on the end pages.
Yep.
So you'd have to scroll through them and look at the galleries, the photo galleries to find them.
Well, we'll come up with it. We'll tag them, so it'll be easier to find them as we go through. The whole tagging capability exists, but we're just launching. So I think there's very few tags that have been added to this. And one of the things I wanted to talk about was the open data project and our collaboration with Digital Tolkien Project, et cetera. One of the things that James there and I have talked about and are very interested in is tagging this art with the subject matter. So you can go through and find, show me all the art that has Ents in it, or show me all the art that has Malayan or some other character in it, and be able to sort and search based on that, not just calendar art, but just fan art in general. But obviously calendars are a good physical medium to start with, where they're printed, they exist, you can get your hands on them, and so, but having a subject database as well as artist and publisher and country and things like that is going to come in time as we go through and we start tagging this large database of material that we have in here. What else do we want to talk about? On
that subject too, you had suggested this before, but I was in a rush, I guess, to get as much information as I could. But some of the recent photographs that I've taken and uploaded, I have done that on the monthlies, added the title that the artist has put in there, so you should be able to find those now. It's a very short list because I've only started doing that in the last 3 or 4 days. But
exactly, that information will be coming, and one of the infrastructure features that I'll be launching soon is to be able to crowdsource this, so that people who are looking at the guide can make suggestions to add information or add entire new calendars or upload images of their calendar. It'll go through an editorial review process. So those of us who are running the guide will then, take that information in and filter it to get it into the actual guide. It's not a full public wiki where anybody can edit it, but the ability to make suggestions and contributions and help out is coming. And so this isn't, I think one of the benefits, Phil, you tell me if I'm wrong, but to take the full load off your shoulders, so it's not a solo project, to have other people be able to help you out and contribute and make this move faster than the old site that you were trying to maintain for many years there is one of the benefits and goals that I'm excited about here for this.
Yeah, we're also quite happy we quite like to work with other sites as well. So for instance, the Spanish calendars now have links because there are some pages about those on a Spanish website. And you can actually click on the links for for some of those.
ISBNs, etc.
Yep, the ISBNs for anything that's available still for sale. Those ISBNs will turn into clickable links so that people can find and order those. That's coming.
And search for them on eBay and do kinds of things. That'll all turn up as well at some point.
Yeah, just like we have for books now.
And buried behind this, it's probably launching next year sometime, will be more of a premium feature of collection tracking. I mean, Phil, you get the benefit of this basically documents your collection.
You've
But
created
for
your own
others out
collection
there,
tracker.
one of the features I'm hoping to launch next year would be the ability to track your own collection as a subset of this guide, to be able to click on calendars and say, I have that, I want that, I want that. So you can build your own little table of what you own and what you're looking for, and possibly even get notifications if one showed up on eBay or if a collector's offering one for sale, just to try and help people collaborate and communicate and build their collections off of this, or help the guide grow itself.
Yeah. There's a music site that you can track your concerts you've been to for a particular band that does. As soon as you said that, I recognized it instantaneously.
Awesome. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
very similar concept.
Yeah.
That does remind me, since we're talking about calendar and events and concerts and stuff, it's subtle. Many of you probably didn't even notice it, but we used to have up at the top here the TolkienGuide calendar, which was a list of events of books and publications and gatherings, etc. That's been renamed to events.
Mm-hmm.
So we didn't want the confusion between the guide to Tolkien calendars and the TolkienGuide calendar. So it is now TolkienGuide events. It's fine if you still call it a calendar. That's basically what it is, but it has nothing to do with the guide to Tolkien calendars. It's a list of events.
We do want to take this opportunity to remind everybody to use the events, because it's updated almost every day, and it shows you not just book launches, but it shows you media releases, shows you concerts,
new calendars when they're coming out. They're
calendars.
We already know when the 2027 calendars come out.
It's on there already.
We got the ISBN came through, so
yep.
But everybody should use the events.
Use the events. Use the guide to Tolkien calendars. One of the fun things of building this one out is none of the programming code behind it is specific to calendars. So we have in the works a few other guides that are using the same infrastructure. So I'm working on a fanzine one that'll document all the titles and issues and contributors. Other Phil on the trail, as you all know from the site, is working on a bibliography guide. The Andrew and Chad and I are working on a book guide, so it'll be very similar to this, but it'll be.
I want to do a poster one as well. I want to do one about posters, which will very much complement this guide. But I want to do one on posters.
Posters guide would be really useful. Yeah, definitely.
Yep. So, welcome everyone to the guide to Tolkien calendars. It's I think I'll close my talking. We can keep chatting for a bit if you guys like, but on my end, I just want to say it's brand new. There's going to be hiccups. Please let us know of any technical issues you have. Obviously, please let ourselves inform us of missing calendars or incorrect information or new information. It's a passion project. It will be constantly improving. It will never be finished. We're always adding new information. I think I have about a dozen calendars myself that Phil does not have. So I added one this morning, but I have about 10 or 15 more I need to go through and add.
Are you going to give me FOMO?
I'm going to give you FOMO. That's right. That's right.
Well, you can go back to the original website being called the Complete Guide. Now, you can't really call something a complete guide.
Well,
it's very difficult, isn't it?
I said it was. I said I was calling it a complete guide in the hopes that it would someday become that, but I have
Never will.
no real
Never will be.
expectation that it will do
Impossible.
so. Yeah.
That's right.
This
right.
one will never be the complete guide, but it
Yeah.
will be. I think it will be the most complete guide. Is what we're aiming for.
Most
Yeah.
most
The
up to
most.
date. Most
The
up to
most
date.
complete.
The complete-ish,
The complete-ish, yes.
the aspiring
To be complete guide.
to be complete guide.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I think it's certainly this time of year, the number of fan calendars that are potentially showing up and just off our radar. You know, if we aren't aware of the artist, if they're not in the same social circles as us, we'll never know that some fan made a beautiful calendar. There's certainly international ones. I have a couple of calendars from Russia.
Now you're giving me FOMO, Jeremy.
I know. It's tough. It's really hard to see a beautiful calendar and have to think about budget and time, and certainly living in the US for myself, it's like, how do I get it here? You know.
Yeah, that's a whole nother conversation.
It's a whole separate one.
Jeremy, I think you should show the calendar as well, because some people
absolutely.
might not be aware of this.
My
Yeah,
problem is not getting it here. It's how do I sneak it past my wife?
That's what PO boxes are for. I'm joking.
Whoa.
Yeah, let's pull this up. This is a link to the old TolkienCalendars.com. It's got a place of prominence in your collection, Phil, but why don't you tell us just 30 seconds about this guy?
It popped up on eBay. I outbid everybody else. I wrote to the seller, and she wrote me a very nice letter of provenance, which is on the site along with it.
Yep.
And it's got he's got an inscription there. He signed it to George, who was a fellow professor with him, and signed it with his classic J.R.R. Tolkien signature. So
just before, because he must have done this just before he died. This was one of the last.
If you look at the year, August of 73.
It was the 74 calendar, but it was available
the year before.
It had been printed sometime before August, and so there was like maybe a month window where someone might have been able to have gotten a copy and gotten in front of Tolkien for him to sign. So
it's very bittersweet.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, it's a lovely story, and it's a great capstone to your collection. You know,
it really is.
It is.
Well, it's the only. I'm not like you guys. It's the only thing that I have that's signed by him, and it's my.
It's probably the only calendar that's signed by him.
Yeah,
well.
It might be the only calendar.
It might be. Yeah.
Must be it. Yeah, I don't think it'll be any more.
I've never seen another one.
Yeah. 100%. I think it's extremely likely it's the only one ever signed. Well, I'm here. You had a rarity scale on your old website, which we've tried to import in here. I think it's just fun to note as long as we're all here together. But it's obviously a scale that's just has meaning based on, how you're feeling at the time. and
as far as the eBay appearances, yes, or listings. Yeah. I search that. I don't want to say regularly, but once or twice a week anyway. And I once thought of making a tick list and writing down the calendar and seeing how many times it was listed that week or whatever, but it's just too much of a time hole. So
Well, as we get this integrated with some more automation in the back end, we'll probably be we'll keep your rating, because I think it's important to have a personal expertise feeling on it, but we should be able to give some sort of automated indication of how many have shown up on eBay in the last 6 months or a year or something like that. That doesn't have to be a person who's trying to track that type of stuff. So,
and on the matter of it being a catalog for my personal collection, there's the notations after it that shows you. If I don't have it, there's no notation. If I do, then the last section there denotes what state they are in. So
how many do you have, like, multiple copies of, do you think? Just as a guess.
For the commercial copies, essentially, the The ones from the UK, I got one of, but the ones in the US, multiple copies. Yeah, at least two. One I call one I would get two for Christmas. One as a reader, I'd open up and hang it, and the other one I would keep in the shrink wrap.
Yep. Yep. Very cool.
But some of them I have been able to collect multiple. There was the Daniel Staton calendar. This is a fan. He made 6 of them, and I was able to collect 2 of them. Interestingly enough, so
lucky. So I know who to come to if I ever want to add that to my collection. I'm going to have to convince you to part with it.
There's a gentleman in Italy that came to me and he said, "Do you have any of these?" And I said, "Of course I do." And he said, "Well, would you be willing to part with any?" So I found which ones I had duplicates of, and I have this won't come as a surprise because you probably all do it too. I have an Excel spreadsheet that says where I got it and how much I paid for it and yada yada yada. So I said, I'll do you a solid, because he just wanted to put them in the AIST collection over there in Rome.
Nice.
So I said, "This is what I paid for them. If you're willing to reimburse me in today's dollars, I will send them to you." So, but that's the only time I've ever parted with any of them. Yeah.
That's very warm-hearted of you. That's one of the things I like about Tolkien collecting is the community itself, and meeting others and sharing passion and being able to help each other out when we can. It's
the best part.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. Yeah.
By the way, we may as well plug this as well, because everyone should have bought one of these by now. But it's a very good calendar.
Yeah, you should.
And it'll probably sell out soon, so you should, if you haven't got one. There is a link on the Tolkien Guide, so people can buy it.
Jeremy, how many copies?
I think that one was 200, a little under 200.
You better hurry up then. Only 200. You better hurry.
You should go and buy it. It's great.
They've been selling well since I took over. Humble brag.
Nancy sent me an email saying my 2 are in them. I buy 2 every year. So if you can't get one, let me know. I'd be willing to send you one.
I love working on those, and I have big plans for the 2027. I'll be putting out a call for art soon, because I want to give everybody as much time as possible as going to do the celebration of the Silmarillion, since that's the a big year, 2027 being the 50th anniversary of the publication of the book. So
that would be fantastic. Yeah.
And HarperCollins aren't doing that. They're doing The Hobbit instead. So at least you're not doing the same things.
Yeah,
true. It's also a big anniversary for The Hobbit. That is very true.
Yeah, so you'll have to get one of each. You'll have to, the HarperCollins one and the Beyond Bree. You'll get both anniversaries.
Yes, buy both of them. Yeah.
I know it's tough. It's like, how many calendars do you really need? And the answer is all of them.
The answer is more. I need
450 at least.
Yep.
You're asking the wrong group on that.
Yeah, you are. Awesome. Well, I think that's a good point to wrap up. Thank you so much, Phil, for joining us. Thank you, Andrew and Chad, for all your support. Please
thank
check
you for
out
all the research on the calendars, Phil. So
it's great. Yeah. It's really good. Everyone should go look at it.
Thank you. It was absolutely my pleasure. Yeah, I didn't know where it was gonna. The old guides that Jeremy had out. That's where I started. After I found I was missing the 73, so I found that, and with searching, I saw that there were some from the UK, and then I got on the old guide site, and I think Jeremy and Jan Boom told me, "Well, that's not all of them."
There's quite a few more out there.
So people will probably blame you now, Phil, for this, knowing about more calendars to collect.
I didn't fall into the rabbit hole. I got pushed. So,
Yep.
Well, Phil said that he didn't know where the calendars were going to end up, but, all things Tolkien find their way to TolkienGuide.com eventually. It all finds its way to TolkienGuide.com.
Well, you can thank Jeremy for that, because I was, I'm a worst hoarder. I even save emails. I've got emails going back to the 09, 010 in there and everything. And I was searching around in there, and I found one from Jeremy 7 years ago, he suggested doing this. So finally broke my inertia and got me to do this. And it's been a great pleasure working with you guys and getting this over there. It's and his software is so easy to use that even I can do it. So
well, I'm glad to help out. Yeah, that was right around the time where it's like, oh, your website hasn't updated in a while. Are you okay? Like, are things going okay?
Yeah.
Cool. Glad to help. All right. Well, thanks everyone. And we will hopefully talk to you again soon. We're going to do our Tolkien Guide end of year celebration stream again, probably in the coming weeks. So look forward to seeing you then. And thanks everyone.
If I'm not there, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Yeah. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Take care, gentlemen.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.